A few years ago, I went to drama school. And for 3 years, I was at drama school. And all my life, I wanted to be an actress. I think I was probably performing in my mummy's tummy. You might know a bit about that, as you work with pregnant women. So I went to drama school for 3 years, and I came out of drama school with something that not many people have, and that is that I came out with a job. Now, most people who go to drama school, they come out and we are all waitresses and waiters and mopping tables and doing this because you are always waiting for your next audition, so you do whatever it takes to make ends meet. However, Pam was going to be different, and I was incredibly blessed. I came out with a fantastic role, and I was at the West Yorkshire Playhouse, and I was playing the lead role. And it was a 6-week contract, and I came out with an agent. Like, this is like on top of the world. I'm living the life. So for a whole 6 weeks, I lived the life. I lived the life. But at the end of the 6 weeks, there was nothing. I didn't have a job anymore. During the 6 weeks, I had press following me everywhere. Everybody wanted to ask questions, talk to me about the play. I was the leading character. At the end of 6 weeks, I had nothing. Nobody called me. Nobody asked me any questions. I was no longer in the papers. I was no longer on the internet. I was no longer anywhere. And I started to get down and depressed. I would go to sleep with my phone under my pillow. And the first thing I'll do when I wake up is pick up my phone and check, has there been a text from my agent? Has there been anything from my agent? Is there a job in the horizon? Can I go back and live that life again? But there was nothing. But I remember thinking to myself, I have to do something. If I want to see the level of money that we have all been talking about, I have to live a life that is a little bit more predictable. And so I thought I could write a play. I've read lots of plays. I've been to drama school. I've performed in lots of things. I'm going to write a play. So I wrote a play. And then I thought to myself, who's going to buy this play? Who's going to pay for it? And what would they even pay me for that? How do I prepare myself financially to run this business? And so I thought to myself, well, it's a play, it's for children, it's got morals in it. Let me approach schools. So I wrote this for Black History Month, right? I thought, let me approach schools. So I started to call schools, but nothing would happen. Nobody would book me. All I would do is hit the receptionist. The moment I hit the receptionist, they would pass me on here and send an email to Mr. Jeffrey, and send an email to Mr. Gordon, and send an email to this, and call back next Tuesday. So I'm going round in circles and circles and circles. And here is the thing, I had other friends who were doing the same thing. They had just come out of drama school too, and none of us were working. So I picked them and I gathered them together, 3 or 4 of them, and I said, listen, come, let me teach you how to sell. Did I know how to sell? Heck no. Nobody was buying from me in the first place. I can talk the talk. Let me teach you how to sell. Here is my product. I'll teach you how to sell. You come and you sell with me. I'd learned something called the law of averages. The law of averages says that if you call 10 people and 1 buys, if you call 20 people, 2 buy. If you call 30, how many buy?
3.
If you call 40, how many buy?
4.
So it was a game of numbers, the law of averages. So I was calling 20, and how many were buying? 0.
Oh, okay.
0. And I thought to myself, I can get 3 or 4 of my friends so that we can call 100 people. And I thought that would change. So at that time, my sister had a hair salon, right? And in the basement of her hair salon, there was nothing happening there. It was just a basement. There was no light. There was no electricity. There was no heating. There was no carpet. There was literally just, storage. And I thought to myself, this will be my office. So I invited my friends, and I went to the skip, and I found the table, found chairs, we put it in the basement, cleaned it up. And I said, I'm going to teach you how to sell, because the law of averages has to work for me. If we all get together and we are calling 100 schools, somebody would buy. And so they agreed, because they were jobless actors just like I was. They had nothing better to do than to listen to me, so they came. And we all started to phone schools, and guess what? Nobody bought. I was distraught. We did this for weeks, for months. And I started to lose my confidence. Because I had come, remember, as playing a lead role. I had come out with an agent. I had come up with lots of things going for me. I had been the star. I'm in the papers. What's going on? I'm on television, for goodness sake. But nobody was buying. And then I thought to myself, maybe the reason they are not buying is because they cannot see the vision. And so I invited my then boyfriend, which is the man who you see before me, my husband now. And I said, come babe, come and record me. Just put a camera in front of me. I just need 2 minutes. let me just speak in front of the camera for 2 minutes, and then what we'll do is we'll send this video out to the school so they can see, because clearly when I'm speaking they're not listening, they're not responding, so let's try it a different way. So we ran to my local church, which was round the corner. It was a Tuesday afternoon, there was nobody there, thank goodness. They didn't even know we were there. And I literally walked into the door, opened the door, the stage was there was nobody there. I knew that the caretaker is somewhere doing something. Quick, turn on the camera. I ran on the stage, prepared myself, and I did my something 2 minutes. Storytelling. I just told stories. I just talked about what it was, and I introduced myself, and I told stories. And immediately I ran across the road. I ran to Poundland, and I bought CDs. It was 10 for £1. I am living the life. I bought lots of CDs, and the idea was we are going to put these stories onto the CD, and we're going to send it out to the schools. Remember, we've been calling hundreds of schools, these same schools, and nobody has bought, nobody has heard, nobody has listened. No single door has opened to us. The following week, after we sent out these videos, one day, I walked into my sister's salon. I came in about 9 a.m. The salon opens at 10. But I wanted to start my day early. I came in at 9. And as I opened the door was stuck. So it's a glass door, there's a shutter behind. So I thought, let me look, what's going on? This doesn't normally happen. And I looked behind, and I could see on the floor, envelopes on the floor. White envelopes, brown envelopes. Okay, so I pushed it through, picked up all the envelopes. I'm thinking it's my sister's salon, it's for her. So I open the shutter, I go in, and I'm about to put the envelope on the salon counter for my sister. And I look at the first one, and I thought, Pam, it's for me. Who do I owe? That's my first thought. Who's looking for me for money? I don't have any money. I don't owe anybody anything. I opened the envelope, and on there was a handwritten note, very short, but it had a letter-headed paper on it, and it had the logo of a school, St. Margaret's, and a cheque attached for £750 as a deposit. And I had 15 of these envelopes to open that day. In total, about £20,000 as deposits. That was when I knew that my life had changed. Now, what did I do differently? What changed that? What changed it?
You stepped up.
I stepped up. I came out of my comfort zone. I did something different. Because here is the thing, insanity is doing the same thing over and 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 over again. But you are expecting something different. That's insane. So I was running this company. I had made a tremendous amount of money. And then a family member came to me and she said, you know what, Pam, you're doing so well. I've got this vision, I've got this idea. You know, I want to put an exhibition together. Let's come and work with me, come and join me, let's do it together. And me and the shiny object syndrome, I said, yes, let's go. You know, I'm a jobless actor anyway. This money just fell from from the roof. I didn't know what to do with all this money. I was young. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know about investments. I thought this was the idea of an investment. So she said, let's do this. And I said, yes. And we decided we're going to put together a health and wellness journey. It was called So Beautiful. So we had big ideas. We decided that we would hire the Excel Exhibition Center. Now, yes, wow. Yes, wow. Listen, when I was, wow, big, thank you. When I was young, I was super ambitious. Like, my ambition was like through the roof. Hey, thank you so much for watching that presentation. I'm Pam Obasa, and I just want to say thank you. I'm a story coach and a speaker, and I work with entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, course creators, and I also work with corporates. And what I do is I help you sell using storytelling. So if that's something that you would like to learn more about, or you would like support with, I want you to go to bit.ly/storycoach, and you can book a call with me there. And that's bit.ly/storycoach. You can also find me on my website, www.pamobasa.com, and there you can book me. You can reach me to speak at your next event, and I would be glad to speak with you. Thank you so much.